Today we're going to be drawing a cute little whale in Procreate, and I'll walk you through it step by step as always, so it feels really easy and beginner friendly. We'll start with simple shapes and create a lovely scene together. And if you'd like to use the same brushes and tools I'm using, you can grab them for free inside the goodie bag, and I've linked it below for you. Let's draw together. So I have my cute Artist Studio canvas already here. It is provided in the goodie bag there for you. And I'm also going to be using some brushes from the Illustrator Starter Kit, but I will be adding in a few things from the Cute Artist Studio actual package because there's some stamps and stuff that I would like to use. But for the majority of the painting and drawing, you'll be able to use what's provided in here. Okay, so let's just go and grab just a brown, a black, whatever you want to use to sketch. I'm going to be using the sketching pencil hard. And let's see, what size are we at? I don't know, somewhere around 30. This is just our sketch, so no worries there. All right, let's draw this cute little whale. So I'm just going to start with this rough circle here. So just sketch that in. And then we're going to, basically our line of action will be this lovely tail like this. It's going to be basically, if you can see that, in line with the top of his head. So then let's just start kind of crafting out what we want to happen here. All right, so I want it nice and round here, just like I have it. A little deeper here. So just use your hand if you want to kind of curve it and just start going like this. Having a nice curve. And then we want this to slope into a whale shape. And away we go. Kind of like that. A swoop. All right. Now let's just bring in his tail. So just like a sort of a split tail here, almost like a leaf shape. Like that. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to erase this so I can see a little bit better. Let's clean it up. All right. Now let's see. I want him to be a little bit bulkier over here. Making sure his body is nice and fat. Now, and actually speaking of fat, maybe a little bit more of a belly down there. Okay, looking good. Now his face is going to kind of blend into his arm, so you'll see what I mean. We'll just do this. We'll kind of have a line here, roughly just a little bit under the middle, just basically cutting it in half. So have it nice and scooped like this. And then his little fin here. So just a nice soft curved edges like that. And then this line can carry on up here. Now this is a nice way to kind of have his mouth. It looks like a smile, but it's kind of integrated into his body as well. I'm going to put his little eye down here. Now that makes quite a cute character choice because you're not going to put it over, here. Looks really weird. Here, looks really cute. Low and fun proportions. Now I'm going to go and take my magic wand and liquefy with push selected. Great time to manipulate your sketch. I'm just gonna maybe see if I can make any little changes that I want to here. There, I want them to be nice and big and fat right there. Okay, great. So I'm just gonna move him using my arrow, just so that he's more in the center. Okay, now he needs a lovely spout. So let's just put right here, maybe a little bit back, just a touch here, maybe about there. And so I'm just gonna have it kind of curve like this and have it different. Like if it was the same, I think that's a little bit boring. So let's just have a little fun, make it a little angle. It kind of goes with the flow of our little composition here. So a little spout like that. And it's gonna be making it look like a palm tree. Kind of like that. All right, cute. Okay, let's just move him down a little bit. So we're going to have in our little picture here, a little ridiculous sun. He'll have a little face too. We'll have, our little bits here. I'm just going to kind of do this somewhat evenly, so I'm just tacking them around like this, and then I'll just go in between so they're kind of nicely spaced out. Now this little guy She's gonna have this teeny little face, like that. And that's kind of fun playing with that whale there. Okay, we'll have a little spot, so they're kind of looking at each other. All right, great. And just to add to our little thing here, let's just do a little line like this and a little fluffy cloud. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's cute. Maybe one sort of tucking in behind that little sun there. Now we should have a few little waves. So we'll have a curve here. I'm just going to tuck them behind. Maybe that's a little bit high. Actually, I kind of want it to be coming up out of the water a little bit. So maybe more like that. Okay. I'm just doing these sort of C shapes, which makes sense because it is the sea. But, you know, these kind of curls like that. We won't fuss too much about our C. We'll put a few little stamps behind maybe to make that look kind of nice. Okay, so I think that works. So we'll have, you know, kind of fill this in with like a little stamp. So it's kind of in the water. I don't want it to flood out. I kind of want it to be contained. Maybe we'll put a little sky like this. That kind of thing. Okay, we are ready to draw. So I'll just tap on the end to bring down the opacity of my sketch layer. Maybe around there. I'm gonna create a new layer and bring it below. And let's go and grab some colors. So I'm going to use this nice navy blue here. And still with your sketching pencil. You know, I think 30 is probably fine. Whatever you're comfortable with. There's no real rules here. So this part, I'm just going to kind of be sketchy about it because that's just kind of the look I'm going to go with. Just sort of scrub it. Now his little mouth is going to come just underneath there, just so you have a little bit of a lip, just a touch. In fact, that might be even a bit too much. I just want it really subtle. All right, and then we'll just sketch this in like that. Have a nice, keep your nice curves. Just keep moving your canvas, moving your hand. Just make it really nice and easy on yourself. All right, I like that shape. I think that's good. See, I'm just trying to make that nice curve. Just use your hand. And make sure, of course, these logically would be lining up, right? All right, great. So we can color in his little eye here, like that. And then I want these little stripes. So I'm not going to have them all like this, nearly, but not quite. Because you want them being a bit rounded, right, to kind of emphasize his shape. So have them kind of like just curving at the end, just a really gentle curve. As you go. And then this way, right about in the center, you'll start to gently curve the other way. So we're going this way. Okay, that looks nice. All right, I think with the blue, I can still I'll still use it on the little spout here. Don't have it too dark, but more like that. So I have a few lines coming in here just to make sure we have the movement of the water here. You can have a few these little kind of droplets if you want. And just kind of have that spilling out on top. And somewhere in the middle here, you're going to change direction. Have that kind of like that. And you can have a few little droplets dripping down. Just kind of nice, vary the size of them. Maybe kind of like that. I think I would really sort of emphasize this, the center of it here too. Let's keep looking, zooming out. Okay, I think that's probably fine. Lovely. Okay, let's just turn off our sketch and have a look. Okay, I think that's good. Right, now we have a few more lines. We could stay on this layer. That's not a problem. You can use another layer if you'd like, but I'm going to stay on this. This is fine for our outlines. I'm going to use this color here for our sea, our little waves here. Just going to have these little curls coming around. Just have one kind of hooking there, just so we have this upper area of sea. I just have to fix these a little bit. I think I went up a touch too much here, so I'm just gonna see if I can smooth that out a little bit, just the center one here. So kind of do that sort of S shape and have it coming over the top and curling in these here. All right, once you get this sort of basic shape, you can just add a few more lines kind of at the top and just have it come in here a bit. Just have the illusion of that top of the sea. Okay, so let's go, while we're on blue, we might as well do our clouds here. So I'm just gonna get a lighter color, maybe this one. And we can just outline this. And this guy over here. Okay, looks good. Then to the orange, and let's do this sun. Okay, I like how he's a little wonky. Then for these, I'm going to just kind of give it a little shape like that. I'm just going to erase this a little bit here, just so I don't have that blue. Maybe just do it a little bit softer. And same with here. Now I'm just going to add a little bit more detail. So I'm just going to turn off my sketch because I really don't need, actually I do for the face. Let's just, while we're here, pop that in there. Okay, maybe let's fix this little smile. Okay, so I can turn off the sketch. And I'm going to go back to this color here. And I'm going to go and get the rough sketcher. Just make sure the opacity is all the way up. And have it maybe at size 2. I'm just going to go along, actually maybe I want a little bit darker, so maybe this nice navy here. I'm just going to go and just scrub all over all the lines I've done. It just creates this very sketchy look. It softens the lines. I would like it, you know, a little bit heavier down the bottom. You can actually use it sort of to shade as well. So I can come up a little bit if you like that sort of scratchy, grungy look. It works nicely for that. You can do all these lines as well. This is not fussy work, just sort of outline what you've already done. All right, just making sure everything is nice and clear. That looks good. Okay, I think we can probably do this as well. Well, we'll do all of our lines, but I just don't have to change color here, I don't think. You can see I'm not being super careful, I'm just basically getting it close to the lines I have. All right, and then we'll go and grab this for the sun. Just give him a little scrub, just softens that. It's purely, obviously, just a style, right? I'm just doing that. Okay, and maybe this blue for the clouds. Might do a little bit more on the bottom just to kind of give it a little shadow. Okay, like that. I wonder if this, yeah, this color is still fine for the sea here, for our little waves. Okay, good stuff. So this part is optional, but if you have the Cute Artist Studio, then you can go to the patterns and find Cute Line Pattern 4. And I'm actually just going to change the size of it. So this is how you change pattern sizes. If you go here, you go to grain and just bring the scale back. I'm just gonna make it maybe at 15. Let's have a look. Maybe a little bit smaller. So tap on it again, make sure you're on grain. I'm gonna change it to 12. Okay, so I'm gonna incorporate a little pattern here. So I'm going to probably use, yeah, maybe that color is fine. I'm gonna create a new layer. Just on top is fine. I'm just gonna paint in here. Overdo it a little bit on the end. Now I'm going to use my magic wand, liquefy, and here I'm just gonna curve it a little bit. As I'm trying to move it as little as I can, but you have to move it a little bit. It's just so it's curving here. And maybe a little here, that's fine. I'm just gonna erase this to the line to clean it up. And I like that this just gives it kind of a fun texture. And of course, if you wanted to draw this detail in, you can as well. But that's just kind of an easy way to do it. All right, good stuff. I think we're ready to go ahead and color now. So I can merge these together if I like, if you're happy with that. And I'm going to go and create a new layer, bring it below. And I'm going to get this blue here. You'll have it. I switched the colors from before, so you'll have this color here. We'll go back to the Illustrator Starter Kit and you can use the oil paint. And let's just color in this section here. Just have your brush whatever size fits for you. Mine's at about 10. I'm just going to attempt to color in this lovely guy here. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller so I can fit. And if you make a mistake, you can just erase it. Okay, looks good. Create a new layer. I'm just going to bring it below just to feel organized. And I'm going to go and get this light blue here. It's a very gray blue. We'll just pop this in. It's pretty light, but we still need it. So that's good. Okay. While I have this color, I'm actually going to do the clouds the same color. Okay, great stuff. And we can also do the little water spout as well. Okay, maybe I want to get these little drops here. Okay, that's great. Now I really want to put my little highlight on my eye because it always bugs me if it's not there. So I'm going to just go out to the very top, below my sketch layer is fine. Just get pure white and then get to your sketching pencil and just give a little dot right there. And I think he needs a little bit of an eyebrow too. So I'm just going to get this darker blue and gently just kind of give a little, like kind of like that. I think that's cute. All right. Then we'll go back to a new layer. To create a new layer on top, I'm just going to make it a clipping mask. So we're clipping it to this blue here. Still with this, maybe this blue. I think that's fine. They're all very similar. Go and find the paint drop bloom. It's in the daily practice lessons. Let's just do some shading here. So I like this because it's kind of all bubbly. And down below here, maybe make it a little bit bigger if you just want to be really, I'm just doing such light pressure, just to have it, you know, really light in some areas. Then you can push harder to make it darker. This one starts to kind of get more round. You can also change the opacity if you're having trouble with that too. It's getting more subtle because it's, you can build it up, right? So that's an easy way to do it too. Okay, I like that. You know, while we're here, I might as well continue on with this top part. Just create a new layer on top, make it a clipping mask. I'm going to go to the cute paint stamps and go to maybe drop 13. I'm going to use a little bit of a different blue, maybe this one here, just a little bit darker. I'm just going to tap that and start to arrange these a little bit. I want them nice and spotty. All right, and create a new layer because we have to have all of them on different layers so we can move them. Make it a clipping mask. Go to, let's do 12. It's quite big. Size it down. You can move them around. I'm just using the green toggle to do that. See if there's any good position for that. Can add that. He's starting to look quite cute. Create a new layer, tap on it, make it a clipping mask. And let's see, what other big old splatters can we use? I'll try drop 8. And I'm just going to size that down. And we can merge these too if you want. That's fine. I'm going to leave mine, but you are welcome to merge these clipping masks to the whale if you'd like, if you're running out of room. All right, I'm going to create a new layer, again, clipping mask, And let's just go back to something really messy, maybe the 12 again, and just size that down. Okay, and that looks good. So I'm just kind of keeping all the spots at the top and at the end there. Okay, let's go back to our Illustrator starter kit and see if I can't find maybe a paint scatter. I'm going to create a new layer so I can move this stamp layer, make a clipping mask. Just tap and let's just put some on there as well. Okay, so I can see if changing the color or the blend mode by tapping on the end, just seeing if that helps at all. Maybe multiply is kind of nice. I don't know if I'll do all of them, I'll just kind of alternate to see if it sort of changes it, have a little variation. That's good too. All right, I'm going to do one last one, make it a clipping mask, a new layer, and go to pure white. And let's see, I think I'll go back to my cute paint stamps here and use maybe 8 and just stamp on that. And I'm actually going to duplicate it so it's a little darker like that. And I'm going to pinch it together so that one stamp is just on that layer there. And let's just see, maybe like that. Create a new layer. Oh, keep going, hey? Clipping mask. And let's see, maybe 13 again. Tap on that. Just have a few like that. And duplicate it and pinch it together so that duplicated layer is just a little bit thicker. I might actually duplicate this again, take it and then move it so we have a different, we're not repeating the spots. We can kind of see it. Oh, it doesn't look the same. I think that's probably enough. Okay, so we have lots of splatters. So again, if you want all of those stamps that we did, you can merge those together. That's not a problem. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Let's go to this part. And I'm going to create a new layer on top, make it a clipping mask, and we're going to just do some shading on there. I think this might be adequate for what we need. Back to your Illustrator starter kit. And let's go to, let's go to just the watercolor and the single samples here and just have a nice little shadow underneath here. Maybe a little bit here, just a touch, a little bit behind his little fin there. Again, if you want it lighter, you can put down the opacity, blend that. And if you have any problems, you can use your smudge tools. So you can just go to your smudge tool and soften that as well if you have any issues with blending. Just have it nice like that. All right, that should be good. I can stay on this layer, that's fine. I'm just gonna go to more of a painting brush. So let's go to the variegated edge and just make this a little darker here and kind of have, these lines coming over here like this. I don't think I did a very good job of painting it before, but I can still fix that. I'll show you if you've done a bit of a not so great job like me, you can fix that by going to this layer and going to the color that we used and back to a more solid brush, like the oil paint. Where am I finding it? Here. And then just, fix where you've missed. I really didn't quite get in there, did I? So if you're missing little holes there, you just go fill them back in. Okay, I'll go back to my clipping mask layer, this color, or this one here. Maybe I'll just use my smudge tool just to blend out just a wee bit. If it looks too harsh, I'm going to go back to my variegated edge, back to this, I can go in my history if it's that color there, and grab that, and maybe just put in a few more here. And let's just grab an even darker color, maybe this one, and just have that Not sure that's different enough. I might need to get something even darker, like here. Maybe just in the center, the edges, just to break it up a little bit. I think that's fine. Okay. Lovely. And I think just a little bit of love on our clouds here, maybe this color here. Go and grab the, where did we have that? Maybe the Paint Drop Bloom again. Just have a little dust. You can decide how much you want to go. I think that's fine. All right. Now I would like to create a new layer and have it all the way at the top here, because it'll be our sun. Just make sure it's not a clipping mask if it happens to clip itself. Go to the yellow and to oil paint, and let's just fill this in. Make a bigger brush, I don't work so hard. And much smaller just to get in here. Okay, then create a new layer on top, make it a clipping mask, and let's get the orange here. Actually, I think he's too bright. I'm going to change this. I had it that color, but I think this one might be better. Yeah, it's a little less pointy. You can leave the others yellow if you'd like. Go back to your clipping mask, and let's just grab this color here with the, let's see, watercolor again. And you can just kind of put a little color around there. It's a little bit too much right there. That looks cute. Oh, it's getting so dark right there. Let's blend it out. All right, good stuff. Okay, so now we can go and get a little bit of background, because then we're going to be doing our water here. So go all the way down to the bottom, create a new layer, and just drag it below. And let's go get some stamps. So I'm going to get this sort of peachy color. Go to, if you have it, if you're able, to go and grab the paint stamps again. And let's just find one of these guys, maybe 11. I'm going to tap that there and just size it up a bit. I might make him a little bit more vibrant, to be honest. Let's have a look. Create a new layer, bring it below. Choose this pink. And let's do maybe 13. So just make sure it doesn't go beyond your canvas. I want it big enough, but not too crazy. Okay. I like that. Maybe I'll turn it. There, that's probably better shape. Okay. Right, and I can move this a little bit. I'm just going to change this color so that you'll have it properly. I want it a little bit warmer. All right, and then let's go and maybe I'm going to move this, just size this just a little bit. Let's see, and kind of angle like that. Or maybe I'll flip it. Just see whatever kind of works. Yeah, I think I like that better, just so there wasn't that harsh edge there. All right, good stuff. Now we can go and create a new layer and get a nice, let's see if this color is going to be nice for this. I can use, actually I think the one that we used before, this stamp 13 might work as well. Okay, you can just pop that in there. Maybe we'll have a few here and have one over here. That's kind of nice. And of course we're gonna have to fix these a bit. Create a new layer, and we'll just pick stamp 11. And let's see if that one works here. Okay, that's fine because we still have to color in. All right, so we can just merge these two together just so that that's in there. And then I'm just gonna use my eraser and then just erase until where our waves are. We're gonna color it in anyway, so we'll just fix that. All right, good stuff. So with that color, I'm just gonna go back to my Illustrator starter kit and go to the oil paint and just fill this in. So I'm just connecting these together. And don't worry about this. You can just take your blend brush, your smudge tool, and just smudge that so that looks a little nicer. Okay. You might want that a little thicker. And kind of blend that out there too if it's a funny edge. All right. Just blend, mix that together. That looks good. And then I'm just gonna go to this layer and erase anything there because I don't like that. It's kind of peeking through a bit, that color. All right, that should be all right, good for us. Okay, I might just turn the opacity of this down just a touch. Still not thrilled with it, maybe about 85%, something like that. And then I'm gonna go here to this layer and on a new layer on top, I'm just gonna get a darker color, maybe something, I don't know, in here or something. Let's have a look. Get the paint blob brush. Maybe just give a little dimension here. Just so there's texture and depth. Still want him to pop out though, you know? You can kind of see how much you want to do. But it adds a nice touch, I think. Okay. And still with this color, let's just go get the variegated edge and just make a few, you know, sort of lines in here for a bit of shadow. Just going to follow what you've already done. And again, you can smudge out if it looks too harsh or kind of odd, just on that one side so that just kind of comes together a little bit nicer. Okay, and then at the very top where we've done this white eye bit, we can go ahead and just grab white again and just be on that layer because we know it's on the very top. Just maybe add a few little highlights with the white. I think just kind of tops it off. And I'm just gonna use this pink. It's a bit light, so let's just move it over a bit so it's a bit warmer. Give him a few little cheeks there. It's a teeny detail, but it's fun. All right, and we're done. Our cute little whale. So I hope that was a fun little summertime project to do. All right, great job. And there's our cute little whale all finished up. So I hope you had fun drawing along with me. And I hope this showed you how simple shapes can turn into something really sweet with just a few little details. And if you drew your whale along with me, I'd love to know how it went and how you found the process. Let me know in the comments. And if you liked the brushes and canvas and the tools that I used today, you can grab them for free inside my goodie bag, and I'll leave that link below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more beginner-friendly tutorials like this. It really helps my channel grow and it helps me keep making more simple, happy drawing videos for you. Your next easy Procreate drawing idea is right here, so click in this video next and let's keep drawing together. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.